Welcome to K-Drama Insider, your ultimate gateway into the hidden stories and behind-the-scenes secrets of the Korean drama world. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most magical pairings in K-drama history, Park Bogum and Kim Yuyong in Love in the Moonlight. This isn't just another drama recap. No, today we're uncovering the little-known details, the real emotions, and the unforgettable chemistry that turned a historical romance into a timeless legend. What if I told you that behind the glittering palace walls of Love in the Moonlight was a story even sweeter than the romance on screen? The kind of connection that can't be scripted. From their very first script reading to the final scene that left fans in tears, Park Bogum and Kim Yuyong gave us a performance that felt more like a living, breathing love story than a work of fiction. And trust me, the story of how they brought this drama to life is just as beautiful as the drama itself. In 2016, KBS gifted the world with a drama that became more than entertainment, it became a phenomenon. Love in the Moonlight, set in the Joseon era, tells the tale of Crown Prince Yuyong, a charming yet complex royal, and Hong Areon, a young woman forced to disguise herself as a eunuch. Park Bogum embodied the prince with elegance and charisma, while Kim Yuyong brought warmth, intelligence, and emotional depth to the role of Areon. Together, they created a love story that was at once playful, heartfelt, and breathtakingly romantic. Before stepping into the royal robes, Park Bogum was a young man with a dream that had nothing to do with acting. Born on June 16, 1993, in Seoul, he grew up with a passion for music and a desire to become a singer. But fate had different plans. Encouraged by friends to try acting, Bogum found himself in small roles, gradually gaining attention for his sincerity and emotional range. His breakout role in Reply 1988 made him a household name, but Love in the Moonlight turned him into an international star. Off-screen, he's known for his humility, kindness, and a genuine warmth that even staff members say makes every set feel like family. Kim Yuyong's path was different but equally remarkable. Born on September 22, 1999, she stepped into the limelight as a child actress, charming audiences with her natural talent and infectious smile. Known as the nation's little sister, Yuyong grew up in front of the camera, taking on roles that showcased her versatility. By the time she starred in Love in the Moonlight, she was ready to prove herself as a true leading lady, and she did, with a performance that was both powerful and tender. Casting these two was no accident. The production team wanted a crown prince who could be commanding yet gentle, and a heroine who could match him in wit, charm, and emotional intensity. When Park Bogum was announced, fans celebrated. But when Kim Yuyong joined the cast, the excitement doubled. From the first script reading, it was clear something magical was happening. Their timing was perfect, their connection was natural, and even off-camera glances hinted at a bond that would translate beautifully to the screen. On screen, their chemistry was undeniable. Whether in light-hearted banter or quiet, intimate moments, they seemed perfectly in sync. Every smile, every stolen glance, every lingering touch felt real. Fans began to notice the little things, Bogum's gentle gaze when Yuyong spoke, Yuyong's bright smile even when the cameras weren't rolling. These were the details that made their romance unforgettable. Behind the scenes, their relationship was filled with warmth and mutual care. Long hours under the sun or in heavy costumes could be exhausting, but Bogum often made sure Yuyong was comfortable, offering water or a quick rest between takes. Yuyong, in turn, brought a playful energy that kept the mood light. The crew remembers shared snacks, inside jokes, and quiet moments where they rehearsed lines together, completely absorbed in the scene ahead. Love in the Moonlight became a massive success. Ratings soared, and the BoYoo Couple, as fans began to call them, took home the Best Couple Award at the KBS Drama Awards. Their acceptance speech, filled with shy smiles and light-hearted teasing, became one of the most re-watched moments of the night. Years later, fans still talk about them. Hashtags like #BoYoo Couple and #Moonlight Reunion pop up every time one of them announces a new project. And while there's no official word yet, both Bogum and Yuyong have said they'd love to work together again if the right story came along. Until that day comes, Love in the Moonlight remains a glowing reminder of what can happen when two perfectly matched actors bring a story to life. It's more than a drama, it's a love letter to great storytelling, to genuine chemistry, and to the magic that happens when talent meets destiny. And here at K-Drama Insider, we'll be right here, celebrating it with you. One of the earliest moments where fans fell in love with Park Bogum and Kim Yuyong's chemistry came in the very first episodes, during the palace courtyard scenes. There's a certain light in Bogum's eyes when he teases Rayon, a playfulness that feels completely unforced. Yuyong, in return, reacts with a mixture of surprise and charm that makes the scene sparkle. It's in these tiny, almost throwaway moments that you realize why this pairing worked so perfectly, because even in the simplest exchanges, they made it feel real. And then there was the rain scene, one of the most iconic moments in the entire series. The mood is heavy, emotions are high, and the rain is pouring down. In that scene, Bogum's voice is softer than usual, as if he's speaking not just as the crown prince, but as someone deeply concerned for Rayon. Yuyong's expression shifts between vulnerability and quiet strength, and for a brief moment, you forget you're watching two actors. You believe you're watching two people completely caught up in each other's world. Fans around the globe replayed that scene over and over, calling it one of the most romantic moments in K-drama history. Behind the cameras, however, that scene was far from glamorous. The rain was cold, the costumes were heavy, and they had to do multiple takes. But according to interviews, Bogum constantly checked to make sure Yuyong was okay, adjusting his position so she wouldn't get too drenched between shots. It's those small, unseen gestures that made people fall in love with them even more, not just as characters, but as colleagues who truly respected each other. Their playful moments off-screen also became legendary among fans. During promotional interviews, they often teased each other, finishing each other's sentences or bursting into laughter at inside jokes. On one variety show, when Bogum was asked what it was like working with Yuyong, he smiled warmly and said she had such bright energy that it made even the longest filming days enjoyable. Yuyong, when asked the same question, described Bogum as someone who was always encouraging, always positive, and someone she learned a lot from. It wasn't just the fans who noticed their dynamic. Industry insiders have commented on how rare it is to find two actors whose work ethic and personalities align so seamlessly. The director of Love in the Moonlight once said in an interview that watching Bogum and Yuyong act together felt like watching two people dance, completely in sync, yet still able to surprise each other with little improvisations. The drama's soundtrack also played a huge role in cementing their romance in fans' hearts. Songs like Love Is Over and Because I Miss You seem to mirror the emotions in their scenes perfectly. There's a moment when Rayon and Yuyong share a quiet evening under the stars, the soft music playing in the background, and for many fans, that scene became the definition of pure, heartfelt romance. And then, of course, there's the fan reaction. Social media exploded with fan edits, GIFs, and slow-motion replays of their sweetest scenes. Entire YouTube channels dedicated themselves to analyzing their interactions, not just in the drama but also during press tours and award shows. The BoYoo couple quickly became a household name among K-drama fans, and even people who hadn't seen the drama started hearing about their chemistry. After the drama ended, both actors moved on to new projects, but the impact of Love in the Moonlight stayed with them. In later interviews, Bogum spoke about how the drama taught him the importance of trust between co-stars, while Yuyong expressed how grateful she was to have shared the experience with someone as considerate as Bogum. Years later, whenever either of them releases a new drama, fans still flood the comments with requests for them to reunite. Some even create mock trailers and posters for a fictional sequel, imagining where Yuyong and Rayon's love story would go if they met again. The longing for that reunion has become a fandom tradition, a testament to just how powerful their connection was. And that's the magic of Park Bogum and Kim Yuyong. It's not just about their talent, although that's undeniable. It's about the way they made people believe in love stories again. The way they made historical drama feel fresh and alive. The way they reminded us that sometimes, two actors come together in a way that feels like destiny. Here at K-Drama Insider, we celebrate those rare connections, the ones that stay in our hearts long after the credits roll. And when it comes to Love in the Moonlight, the BoYoo couple will always be one of the brightest, most unforgettable pairings in K-drama history.